Good evening, good evening. Here we are. Welcome to the final race of our summer series V8 Supercars, brought to you by Allports Motorsport. It's been a fantastic season once again, being sponsored and supported by them, looking after us now for quite a wee while. So a big appreciation shout out to Allports for that one, and we hope you enjoy tonight's final race tonight here at VIR. Into the broadcasting lounge we go, and we have myself, Doug, at the helm, driving the cameras, doing a bit of shit talking, and beside me is Corey, the Wonder Man, with all the hot information from out there on track and from the drivers. How are we doing, Corey?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, Dougie. Pretty good. Yeah, so here for another Tuesday night and the end of another season. Jeez, it's just come around so quickly, mate.
I know, I was talking to Shano the other night, and agreed that these seasons just seem to be getting further and further, rolling through the clock than as faster than what we've ever had before. But I suppose that's just because of how far along it's come. We've got great sponsors on board with us, looking after SuperCars NZ here with the iRacing Racing Championships, and we're certainly lucky to have them all. But it just means we have to put in a wee bit more effort, a bit more hard yards. What it means though is the drivers at home get to capitalise on some more winnings. So tonight there will be a winner. There'll be one big winner as the championship comes to a close, and I suppose it would be a good point now just to quickly bring up what our what the current standings are for the championship.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, it's looking like Rehan's gonna be getting the season win, I'd say. Waiting for the graphic to come up there. I'll start us off with so Rehan's sitting on 627 points. Then you got Bruce Tanak behind him on 570. And then you got Roger, Stefan, and Leon all within their grasp of grabbing that third position. So there 1 point between Roger and Stefan, and Leon's lurking not too far behind. But it's also pretty tight around 10, between 8 and sort of 12, sort of anybody's game there at the moment. Another interesting stat was Rehan's won 8 of the races this year. Taylor Mitchell, Keehan Burt, and Richie Stanaway are other race winners this season. So there's
nice.
a little few stats for you.
Yeah, so probably a few of those races where Rehan might not have been there, I think, and allowed a couple of others to walk away with full bonus points. But he's certainly been stonking it out this season, young Rehan, come back to look at claiming himself yet another trophy with the SuperCars NZ name across it. So yeah, big ups to him. Hopefully tonight's race is just as exciting as what others have been, and it would be pretty cool to see very shortly how qualifying wound up. The drivers are just finishing up with their 15-minute qualifier, about nearly just over a minute left on that one going there. So on screen you can see where we're at with Virginia International Raceway there. Lovely 21 degrees and 51% humidity. So 21 degrees, 23 on track. So pretty cool tyre temps there, and the guys are going to be going out tonight doing, I believe it was 23 laps. Could be 21. Pretty sure it's 23 though.
Yeah, 23 laps, Doug.
Yep. So they're just out there. They're just going to be moving along. Hopefully there's no significant incidents tonight that warrants having a yellow flag come out. But we've got our eyes peeled for anything along those lines that may occur. So we may see a safety car out there tightening up the field again, as we have done in some other races. But yeah, we'll try not to muck around with things too much. If the racing's good, and we'll let the races race.
Yeah, so 20 turns, Virginia International Raceway, or VIR as it gets called, and some of them are fairly interesting too. Yeah.
They are. They've got some funny names out there, haven't they?
Yeah, I was just trying to go and look at that now.
But yeah, we'll try not to muck around with things too much with the racing. So there we go. So we've actually just rolled over now into our race clock time. So they'll be coming up. Drivers will be starting to hit the grid in a minute. So we'll bring up one of our drivers who's down there at the moment. So there's Stefan sitting in P4. That's where he qualified. So he's actually qualified just ahead of Roger. So if we have just a quick bring that up one more time. So there's only 1 point separating those two guys at the moment. But at the front, the man, the myth, the legend. Not so much a myth anymore. Certainly a legend. He's put it there on pole. Darren Lobb's come out the gate tonight and decided he doesn't want to race from the rear of the field. He's put it on P2. He's just obviously getting his fuel ready into the car. So there he is there. P2 for him over Leon in third. So Leon, who's sitting behind Stefan and Roger, has done well to qualify ahead of them, and he'll be certainly wanting to try and keep those guys where they are. But let's get ready to see the start.
You're away, heading towards Horseshoe, turn 1.
Wow, big pack.
There he is. Another.
Hey, Wayno.
Oh, and big happenings already there at the beginning. They had Rehan and Darren come together. Ooh. So they've actually had quite a significant whoopsie there. So I'm going to say it, Corey, throw that yellow.
Yeah, good plan, guys. Good plan. This pack assembled again and give them a clean start. Cool little track, eh?
It is a very cool track. Certainly one where drivers obviously have started in that manner and got themselves caught out. So while those guys are warming their tyres up unnecessarily under the yellow flag, let's have a quick squiz back and see where that all went wrong. I believe we'll start here with Darren Lobb.
Oh, 3 wide, never nice into turn 1.
And then just loops it.
Lost the rails, yeah.
Oh, and then just got pinballed.
And that's caused everyone else to scatter. Daniel Johnson in the background getting the rear of his car ripped off.
A few smoking engines.
Yes, James McKenzie caught up all in this as well. I believe we might have had a couple of guys even had to tow to the pit lane, so they must have had quite a significant whack to the front. The engine decided to give out. Wayne Hartnell, another one. Yeah, someone blown their motor rolling along there too.
A nice re-entry by Sean McNamara there. Tidy.
No, it's struggling a little bit. There's a bit of chatter in the race server.
What's happening with the boys there? Corey, give us the update on what you're hearing.
Yeah, well, it's sort of more along the lines of nobody really had anywhere to go through that, so there was quite a few rear endings and nose to tails going on.
Yep.
But everyone will be trying to get themselves all cleaned up and back out there, hopefully.
Yeah, it's good to see 90% of the pack actually slowed down, and there wasn't anybody coming in too hot. Sure, there were nose to tails, but it was still reasonable.
It was indeed.
Yeah, might be a good time to tell the folks at home what we're giving away tonight, dear Dougie.
Yeah, so I've just done a quick shout out on the live chat there. So if you're there at home watching, give us a shout out, say g'day, let us know who you're supporting. We've got a few wee goodies as care from Napa to give away tonight. One of those is actually quite a funny wee novelty gift that we found earlier, and it is it's called Endless Summer, as we farewell our V8 Summer Series.
Oh, you guys are so cheesy.
And
Love it.
And they are some wee air fresheners to stick into your car. So if you're local in New Zealand watching us, flick us through who you're supporting here tonight, how you think the racing's going to go, what you'd like to see, maybe from us, just a bit of engagement, and we'll look at getting out some random goodies to our viewers at home on behalf of Napa.
And of course,
Yeah, very cool.
we've got something else to give away to one of our top 10 drivers from this week is going to go into the draw to win themselves a Super Mini Booster G4, which is a pretty cool item that Napa are able to get us, and so it delivers instant cold crank power when you need it, has a fast rechargeable long life battery, is easy to handle, lightweight and extremely compact. It's easy to store in your car, camper van, boat or jet ski. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's going to go out to so the top 5 lowest incident points from this race, and the top 5 incident points from Thursday night's GT3 will also be in the draw. So there'll be 10 guys in the draw to win the Super Mini Booster. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Thanks to Napa Auto Parts.
Yeah, that was
Very cool. Certainly looks the part.
quite a significant prize, that one. I'm sure if you mention the name again one more time, nice and slowly, the people at home will be able to go and Google what that's worth and see that that's quite a significant prize thanks to Napa that we're giving away.
Super Mini Booster G4 Plus. That'll be all you need to find.
Yeah, $400.
Yeah,
Wayne's done the research.
It's got cigarette lighter inputs. It's got USB inputs. It's just looks like I need one of them. So and I'm not racing, so yeah, sad face.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, Corey. I mean, you are there with the Popo Mobile.
It's top 10 though, Corey.
Incident points, so I can still get last and be zero incident points and still be eligible. So that's what kind of makes it pretty cool.
Well, speaking of incident points, because obviously we've had a kerfuffle on the opening lap. Who's on what? Who's some people that have managed to get away? Don't have to say what numbers, but who's got away with being possibly in the draw, and who's sort of looking like they'll be out of the draw already.
Sean McNamara could possibly be already out of the draw. But it could still swing anyway. But there's quite a number of zeros and ones still on there, so we're all looking. They're looking pretty good at the moment. If there's 5 of them on zero at the end of the race, then you'll have to send them a high five, I reckon.
There we go, nice stuff.
But Shane White's on zero. Just throw that one in there. No pressure, Shane.
Go TSA sponsor.
Yeah, 100%. Good to see, nice and clean.
Yep, we'll see the safety car has the lights out already there, and Stefan's sitting right in behind it. Leon tucked in there, and then Roger Forbert. So a couple of our guys a bit further down the order, like Bruce Tannock, he's sitting down there in P31 there at the moment. Darren Lobb down there in P26, and Rehan just ahead of him in P25. So there's some drivers that have got some stuff to do.
Yeah, they'll be itching to get through, especially Bruce Tannock, big field tonight. So good to see heaps of cars out there for the final night. Good support. SuperCars NZ always. Love it.
So yeah, Brucey actually sitting there right there on the rear of the field, last car. But of course, having come through and completed some pit stops, so there's some data there on the drivers who did. So top 20, there's no one there that's stopped there. P21 down, no. Rehan is one of our first from P25 down to the end of the order that have already taken their pit stop, and they'll be getting ready to go and cane it right through to the end, see how long they can let it get a set of tyres to last.
Yeah, and hopefully they got the gas to get home. So
we're away again. Green flag's out by Mr. Green Flag Waver Man.
Yeah.
That's actually his technical name, Corey. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Green Flag Waver Man.
And everyone's...
Lobby's in it again.
Lob in there again. That was about 4 wide. Hopefully he got that checked back up and...
Yeah, looks like he's still going. He's lost a couple more positions, I'd say, though. Looks like Bruce has got around him and maybe one of the Misfits cars.
Oh yeah, there we go. single file, good to see.
Yeah, they're going to need to get a few laps in to get a bit of rhythm going, because we haven't had any rhythm yet. It's been 8 minutes.
We've got data there, Nick Mitchell showing his crash, MRX entry, so that's no good, and jumped to the pits as well.
That's a shame, just saw a Passion Sim racing car fly off the side of the track there into the grass.
Yeah, Stefan's still leading, but he has got Leon hard on his tail.
Wicked camera angle there, Doug. Awesome, man. Leon into it. Very cool. Roger 4-bit not too far behind.
Yeah, so he's one of the guys who's going to be needing to shake Leon, so he's going to somehow put some distance between him and Roger, but I don't think that's very easy when they're running second and third.
No, that's
Yeah.
right. These guys are the ones doing it.
Yeah, well, of course he's got to do some work to get around Stefan too. So big night ahead for our local motorboater Leon.
That's it. And if it looks close there, while Stefan just locks the inside left, this is the gap distance from Roger to Leon as well. So that brings our top three all into line that are all battling there for that third spot on the podium.
Yes, I did ask in the community page today for some of the drivers' input how they were feeling about tonight, and one person that responded was Roger's teammate Sir Trent Bennett.
Yes.
So he let us know that he'd be sending it tonight, and so far he looks like he's sending it alright, sitting there in fifth.
Yeah, very cool.
Trent Bennett, there he is. I clicked on the wrong name there.
Best of Foods entry.
Yep. Just closing in on the back of Stacey Boyd at the PSR car in front of him. Again, Stacey racing from out of the US, and yeah, once again probably looking at somewhere around that 2, nearly 3 o'clock time of the morning over there. So.
We've got a few cars cycling through the pits now that you're able to take that pit stop. And looks like one of the SDI cars was in pit lane.
Yeah, so I've got Sean McNamara sitting in there at the moment. He's had a moment and crashed and then jumped to the pits. So we'll bring that up in a second and see what's befallen our local Makatap Namara. But,
So going to the incident points, we've got car 99 currently on 14. So I'm not going to throw any names in there, I'll just give car numbers. Car number 28 is on 12.
Ah, okay, yep. Yeah, so 99 is there, and 28 is no longer with us.
It looks like Ross Watson possibly on a meatball.
Sean Macca retired for the evening.
Ross parked up. Yeah, so I see Sean's still down there. We'll leave him to that because we'll have a quick looky and see what happened. He's already without boot, 3 wide, squeezed, and with Darren Lobb. That's a rough one, indeed.
Definitely.
But no more ploughing for Mr. Plough this season in the V8s anyway, so we'll see you back next season, Shauno.
Yep, final round.
Leon's been passed by a couple of people. He's dropped down to spot number 4. So we'll have a quick look and see, because it looked like Leon had actually passed Stefan for P1, which is here.
And then nerves got the better of him, or where are we?
Just closed down on there. And
Oh,
then it looks like
redressed for,
yeah.
he's redressed, so
Yeah.
nice racing, Neil.
Let's open the door for Roger now. So
It has.
Roger, 1 point between Roger and Stefan. So as long as he's in front of Stefan at the end of the race, then that third place on the championship ladder will be Roger's. So be holding on to that, hopefully.
And
Yeah, Roger be wanting grip and enough gas.
Roger's been doing really well. Obviously, I mean he's sitting there currently P3 in the championship, so he's been having a ripper of a year. But just come leaps and bounds this season has certainly been one to call his own. And yeah, credit where credit's due. Festive Foods Misfit entry, doing it, mate.
Yeah, most definitely.
So Stacey Boyd been pulled up into P2 there. Leon with a big lock up late move there. Like he was about ready to walk 2 cars off the track there, but he's done a nice job to retard that speed. A couple of Misfits boys playing tag with each other back here. Scott McKenzie and Trent Bennett.
They race hard against each other, don't they?
They do, and it's awesome to see. I mean, yeah, they're running the same colours, wearing the same flags, but those guys, they're out for wins and positions every time they get up against one another. So that's all awesome to see. They've got the man in the Dirty Diesels wagon, Tony Lynch, all over the back of them, with Daniel Nolan sniffing right at those rear bars as well, waiting for anything to happen between these guys. He's going to pounce and jump his way through.
So, yeah, so Scott McKenzie, so he's currently in 10th in the championship. So he's next closest to him is 4 points away, and that's Eamon Young in 9th, who's currently in 22nd position. So there's a position that could change hands. So Daniel Nolan also is a little bit further up the grid than Eamon Young too. So depending on how big a difference between those two, there could be a bit of a change around that 9th to sort of 11th.
Wow.
And we
Like
can't
Bill's
write off
had a bit of a
Aaron
drama, sorry. Disconnected.
You did you? Who was that? Sorry.
Oh, no, Bill Cougar's disconnected. So
Oh,
it's a bit of a shame.
Oh,
Final
yeah.
race.
he has, yeah. I see Darren Lobbs trying to recover again. He's back down into P26. So, yeah, going out there and qualifying tonight, P2 on the grid certainly hasn't helped him out that much. Just started off the rear like he's done in previous races, might have been a better option. Yeah.
So it looks like Darren Lobb has been through and already done his penalty for that'll be why he's back down in 26. So he's gone and done his drive through for the 15 incident points. The next guys off the so Ross Watson currently on 13 and Ryan Cotterill on 10.
Bruce Tannock up into 11th. Making his way forward
That's a good recovery from Brucey.
from 31st, yeah. Up 20 spots.
Yeah, so and just from where he qualified in P6, so he is on the charge back through, doing his thing, and he has also already taken that pit stop. So if he can keep himself nice and clean and consistent, he probably bring himself back up towards the front not too badly. He is 3 cars away, or now just 4 cars away from Rehan, who's just gone and boosted past Blake Greenhall there. We'll have a look and see how he did that.
Yeah, Blake no slouch, so
Just a commitment and fires it in just at the right moment. That's certainly a pass to be written down in the book and perfected by others.
certainly knows how to pedal a V8.
Does indeed. Still pretty much the same with our boys up there at the front. gap there between Wayne Hartnell and Jonathan Turner for positions 16 and 17. Both of those guys up respective 15 and 17 positions. Having a good time doing their thing. And I see data for Stonesy just coming into the pit lane now. There he goes, up on the stand. Simlax entry, Jared Ecclestone. Away and done and dusted, 11.13 second time of the stop. So one of a few handfuls of drivers doing the 11-second stops. A few others certainly lower in the mid-9s, but I'd say Jared's well on his way for being able to make it all the way through, potentially.
So there's a couple of drivers out there still sitting on 0 incident points, which is pretty cool, and quite a few on 1 as well. Okay. So that's going to be keeping it interesting at the end.
Nice.
Alright guys, I'll leave you to this and sign off for the season. And
thanks for popping in, Wayne. It's always nice just for you to pop in and see how far your baby has grown over the years, and wish it another happy birthday as it turns another season older.
Next month, that's party month, April.
Yep. It's getting close.
Brilliant. And look out for our autumn series coming up there. It's mixing everything up there, so that's going to be a bit of fun.
Anything you want to let us know about what's happening next season, Wayne?
Doug's and the GT boys have had a bit of a crazy idea to add some hypercars, so see what the drivers think of that. And the V8s, we've jumped back to endurance rounds too, so 3 of them separate rounds next season in the V8s. So.
Wow, there we go. So it's going to be quite a bit happening there. And rolling on with autumn. What usually happens in autumn, Wayne? What happens to the weather?
That's right. iRacing has given us the update finally of rain that they've been promising for probably the last 3 years. So looking forward to that. That'll be interesting. And yeah, we're not sure. We'll have a play with it. And
yep.
Well, from what I've seen so far, it looks pretty awesome. It's had some good reviews, but let's see it live, like in league racing. So we're seeing a lot of guys using it with AI so far, because that's obviously all they're allowed to use it for, is in a beta sort of position. Yep, so released tonight. So 1 AM in the morning, I think our time will be when iRacing goes down, and the new system will be running in the morning. So we'll see what sort of servers pop up during the day tomorrow. I'll definitely be in for a test to see what it's like.
Sounds great. Yeah, naturally we've always got our 2-for-1 Tuesdays, which is always Wednesdays. Yes, and our Send It Sundays, Super Send Sundays. So.
Yeah. So no need for a wheel tonight, because all that's left is the IMSA for at Le Mans, and it might get wet. I don't know. It might get wet.
And that on Sunday will be pretty much the driver's first sneak peek at what the GT3, the GT3s will be now known as next season, which will be HPR, High Performance Racing. So gone the GT3 name, in comes the HPR name, HPR series, and so IMSA is the class of cars that usually race in that. We're just giving it a bit of a different name. So Sunday will be the driver's first test on what those cars are going to be like out there, mixing it together and mixing it with some potentially new weather elements as well.
Yeah, so there'll be 6 GT3 cars, I think, and 4 hypercars is what I've found.
Yep.
So that fills the 12 spots that you're allowed in the server, so it'll be good to give the guys a bit of
10 of the 12.
Yeah.
Very cool, and welcome back this season, Corey. It's been a pleasure to have you helping us out, and cheers, Doug, as usual, and all of our admin team.
Yeah, no problem. So, yourself and Sean's again probably going to be a little bit less frequently spotted around these traps doing the streams. Maybe the odd one here and there to cover myself and Shane.
You guys, that's no dramas, and yeah, I'll certainly poke my nose in.
Yeah, so I'll still be here looking after the V8s, giving Shane the opportunity to carry on driving if he will, and then he'll be in on Thursday nights covering what was the Wayne and Sean show, and then the Wayne and Doug show, and then the Wayne and Corey show, and the Wayne and whoever else turned up on the Thursday show.
Yeah,
so
it goes to show nobody wants to show with Wayne.
So it'll just be called Shane's Shit Show.
Yeah, well, that'd be great.
Just seeing a good staggering little stat up there in me timing. Wayne Hartnell up 24 spots into 10th position. So what a drive from Wayne, part of the Team West Racing boys.
Yep.
Keeping it clean, that's what we need to do in iRacing. Keep it clean. Head down, get those laps up, and into it.
And
cheers, guys.
We'll leave you to it, Wayne. Thank you very much, mate. See ya.
Legend. Cheers, mate.
Would you believe it? While we've been doing all that, this man here has managed to walk himself back into P1, and he's already 10 seconds clear of this man here in spot number 2.
Well, yeah, and it was his pit during the safety car.
Yes, they did.
Yes, I think that got brought up before. I heard in my ear that it was not to be served as your compulsory pit stop, I believe. I'm not too sure what's happening there. May have to tour the pit lane again to do their tyres.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that sort of either everyone commits to it and does it. It's probably okay, but in the past we had said that it was only going to be compulsory pit stop done under green flag conditions, not to be served under safety car. Because essentially what those guys have done is they've taken their pit stops, come out, and they've fallen onto the back of the grid while everyone's held up behind the safety car rolling at 80k rather than being at race pace. So when everyone else then has to tour the pit lane, taking that 40 odd seconds plus 10 to do the stop, it's 50 seconds of timing that is usually lost up the field and then regained when the other guys come back through. But not such as the case when done under safety car. So we'll see what may or may not be enforced around that. And but yeah, we can imagine some of these rules will be tidied up and tightened on a wee bit under the guidelines and regulations for next season. What else is happening out there? Some tight battles. So both these guys here have managed to clear the Misfits team behind them, Scott and Trent, and now it's just Tony and Dan going hammer and toe against each other. Tony up 6 spots into P7 and Dan up 7 into P8.
I think that could be enough for Dan to get himself into the top 10 for the season too, so it's good to see the young Canterbury man doing awesome.
It is. It's very cool. It would be very much congratulated if he does that. What else has happened? We've got Stefan McCartain slotted there into P3. Roger Forbert is just a wee ways behind him, but he has got Leon Ware hard on the tail.
They can't be separated, can they?
No.
All three of them. They're always there. They're in this position.
Good
Leon
pass.
taking the advantage of a bit of draft down the straight there, or maybe Roger's just sort of thinking, well, we'll let Leon get out there and just follow him around, maybe save a little bit of gas.
Yeah, could be as well. Certainly, if the strategy for Roger, if he didn't take enough, would be helped now sitting in behind. But it also might be that Leon just might be able to help Roger work his way back up onto the back of Stefan. So tie those laps away, keep things nice and cool, calm and collected, and move on from there. Rehan has come in and done his other stop, so he's kept things official. Done his second stop, dropped him off P1 back into P6 there. So the next man who would be out there to honour that, I'm sure, would be Mr. Bruce Tannock, as he's now 10 seconds clear of the field up there. Keep an eye on those ones. Still battling back here. Chris Uppersich making his way back into spot number 11, where he qualified tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so 9th through to sort of 12th, it's sort of pretty close together on the old timing tower.
Indeed, yeah. And I quite like Chris's livery there. It is a PFR one, but he's done a nice job of glowing it up there with those neon green rims. quite taken to those, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd put green on me rims.
So Rehan already moving past a couple of cars pretty quickly. He's got rid of Roger Forbert and Stacey Boyd through that outlet on his tyres. So that's really cool.
Yep, so look out, Leon. Next one on the view from the young man. I wonder if he's had his birthday and turned 14 yet. I'm sure Laz, you're watching, mate. You let us know.
Well, Laz has just jumped onto the chat and said, "Hey fellas," so clarify that one for us, Laz. When's birthday boy's birthday? When shall we be singing him a song and sending the cake?
Yeah, if it's a stream night, we'll get Marilyn Monroe on.
This is a wee bit of onboard from young Rehan here. We'll just let this, we'll actually watch this for a wee bit, shall we?
Yeah, we'll turn it up.
I don't know if you can spell ridiculous there, Corey, but I think that's just what we just watched.
That's what auto corrects for, Dougie. But yes, I see Laz has jumped in there and said that Rehan turned 14 on Saturday, so happy birthday for Saturday, Rehan. So he's a Pisces like me. We're good buggers.
And humble.
And emotional.
Emotional, humble, brilliant men. Well, that's certainly a wonder to see. Rehan, thank you for the onboard lap, and yeah, big happy birthday to you from us at SuperCars NZ.
Yeah, he's 14 now. We've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, it's alright. We'll give it another month and we'll start calling him the 15-year-old again, just to stick with the trend.
Yeah.
Stefan there, lapping nicely, P2, lap 17 of 23. We'll bring up the tower there. Let's have a look through at some of our brilliant drivers from the SuperCars NZ, iRacing League, in the V8s, thanks to Allports Motorsport. He's been around for a while, he's been doing it, he's won some races, he's lost some races. Currently sitting there at the front of the pack, Bruce Tannock, bag and turbo entry, Bruce, we thank you for coming and racing with us.
Hasn't won a race this season, or this year, technically.
Yep, both.
So he'll be got 5 laps there, Brucey. Good luck, mate.
Maybe Rehan,
Hopefully there's no
maybe Rehan
mockers.
can help push him across the line. Stefan McCartane, newish driver to SuperCars NZ, first season in the V8s. I'd say he's got a bit of a handle on it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be taking that 3rd position tonight. He's got a couple of cars, well, 3 cars in between him and Roger now. So the deficit of 1 point should easily be overtaken.
I don't think there's anything much more we can say about him. So we'll just move on. Thanks for joining us again this season, Rehan. We are truly grateful, and really looking forward to seeing how the rest of your year goes, wherever it may take you. Follow Cantab in Leon Ware. He's having a ripper of a season, enjoying himself in the V8s. We appreciate you, Leon, for all your support, helping us bring Napa on board with the broadcasting lounge, and just bringing your character and charisma to the league. It's been awesome.
Yeah, well, if you're watching, shout out a driver and you might win something cool too. If you're watching right now, Dougie might be able to film you in more on that.
What one's that, sorry mate?
Yeah, we've got some stuff to give away tonight to some random people, and if you were watching was one of them maybe.
Yeah. So we've had a couple of people engage in that, and so we had a Matt and Ash McDonald cheering on Chris Zupasich and Stacey and John from the PSR crew. So Matt will get you to get in contact with us on the old messenger system, and we'll send out to you one of the endless summer fragrance things for your car as we farewell our summer series.
Yeah, so just get in contact with SuperCars NZ on Facebook. Yep, you can messenger to them.
That's it. And another man who's going to get some, I believe, I shouldn't say man because I don't know that for certain, but Dirt Dart New Zealand said hello to all. He was looking for a Nick McIndo or a John McDonald, who said they'd be in, running in the series. They were part of the MRX crew. So yes, you have found the right series, but they're just not here racing tonight. So you'll have to give them the stitch up. Say, where were you? But while you do that, you can flash them your call. You'll be prize of a lovely smelling daily driver or work vehicle. Thanks to Napa for some of those prizes. Well, actually, for those prizes, not some of them. It is thanks to Napa for those.
Yeah, on your Napa, you're awesome. Just checking out to see if we've still got anybody on 0 incident points, but it's just me and you, Doug.
Nice.
Oh no, Chris Zupasich, he's on 0.
Oh, very good. And still sitting there in P11.
Daniel Nolan and Stacey Boyd on 1.
Cool. There's Blake, he's up 8 spots into P9, and we've had Scott Pickering shout him a go Blake. So guess what, Scotty, we'll flick you one of those smelly car scents thing. You can hang it off the side of your rig, make your bedroom smell all good. And JDC, Go Digital Bogans, Lynchy working it hard, and he certainly is. There he is there, 7th spot, up 6. Having an awesome race tonight, so congratulations to all those guys there that I mentioned before. We'll have some, if you get in touch with us on the Supercars. Oh, look, JDC, you just jinxed him. He's just going to drop a spot, is he? No, he's going to hang on to it.
Holding on to it.
He's a fighter, so we wouldn't expect him to fold, would we?
No, and we've already seen tonight 2 wide through there is no good.
So.
With 3 laps to go, Dougie, on the V8 season, so she's going to be winding up, a week off next week for Mad Week, so I dare say there'll be some sort of crashing into everybody event at some point.
Yeah, a few burnouts, a few crashes. It's all bound to happen.
Yeah, nothing like a little bit of stress relief.
Still battling it there, hard towards the end, 2 laps to go. Tom Cole and Rob Higgins. Robbie there, P19 up 10. Tom Cole behind him in P20, up 12 spots, and still gunning it. Even lining up at the pass on the outside, maybe. Round what was Oak Tree Corner, I believe it was. And then they took the tree out, and iRacing updated the track map, and so long the tree.
Yeah, so Rehan sort of got himself into second. Oh, there we go, Lobby. I was going to mention Lobby. He's hasn't got any more incident points since this last time I looked.
I don't think he had anything left to spend, did he?
No, he didn't. No. But he's only down 9 positions. But if he started at the back, he'd be up 20 odd by now.
Yep. Just quickly taking the chance to jot down now some of our winners' names here into our prize and merch chat, just so we can make sure that those guys get in touch with us via our SuperCars NZ messenger, or if you know one of the admin, myself, Corey, Leon, Sean, Wayne, any of those guys, go and hit them up, hit us up, and we'll get those prizes out to you very, very soon. Final lap of racing nearly upon us. Darren Lobb getting himself back inside the top 10, lining up Blake as his next victim. Blake just giving him the room, not wanting to fight that battle too hard. But there's Rehan. Look off the nose of his car, we can see Bruce just up there, 3.5 seconds ahead. Be interesting to see if the young man can catch him. Daniel Johnson, it's been a pleasure to see you come back and race with us after a small hiatus away, and even better to see that you've chosen the correct vehicle to join us back racing again after your old man tried to poison you with Mum's apple pie pudding. Drive the Mustang. It was a classic. Feel free to go back through the broadcasting lounge and find that one. Maybe Andrew Johnson has a link to that on his page, maybe even shared it onto the SuperCars NZ community page even. But we can see Les saying that apparently Bruce has picked up the pace here in the final lap. He's wanting to clutch his first and last one for the year. So if he can hold those tyres together and keep it clean, he should be on for the podium. Rehan going and doing the trick, coming through and serving the pit stop, putting a bit of pressure on himself, battle his way through the field. I'm still yet to see Rehan challenge himself from running a season where he starts off the rear, doing what Darren did for most of the season. But as they come round Oak Tree, that time margin's come down to 1.4 of a second, 1.4 there. So probably not quite enough to get it towards the line. we will
Yeah, it's
stay.
probably going to take a mistake from Bruce to for him to get that. So that
Yep.
first win of the season for Bruce is not too far away. Half a lap,
Yeah.
not even that.
Last couple of corners, and it's certainly coming down to the wire. Sweeping around there. Bruce across the line. P1 with the win. Well done, Bruce. Great season of racing. Awesome to see those two going at it. Rehan taking out P2 and the championship, no doubt. Stefan McCartane, congratulations, P3 for him, and Leon, we're crediting you, final four. Get the drift on. Stacey Boyd coming across the line, P5, Roger Forbert in behind him. Tony Lynch now across the line with Scott McKenzie trailing him. Great stuff. Darren Lobb just in the back of that one as we see Balake coming across the line sideways, finishing up P10. And just outside of that, Dan Nolan, Chris Supasich and Eamon Young, 11, 12 and 13. Peter Vanderberg, nice stuff, qualified 14, finished 14. Stonesy there, P15, up 7 from where he started, so nice race to him. James McKenzie and DJ across the finish line, 16 and 17.
Yeah, it turns out it's pretty easy to get 5 people to put in the draw, mate. So we're Chris Supasich, Stacey Boyd, Daniel Nolan, Scott McKenzie and Stefan McCartane. That's your top 5 with the lowest incident points.
Nice. So say those names again for us, buddy.
Yeah, so Chris Supasich, so
Yep.
on you, mate, with a 0. So
Nice.
credit
Well
to
done.
you, mate. Now the only other 2 that got 0s was myself and Doug. Stacey Boyd with 1, Daniel Nolan with 2,
Wow.
Scott McKenzie and Stefan McCartane both on 4.
Perfect. So that's our 5 names for what's going to be the big prize giveaway this season from Napa on behalf of the Broadcasting Lounge. That's who they've sponsored this season. It's just awesome. I love saying that. Napa behind the Broadcasting Lounge. And yeah, those 5 names will be combined together with another 5 names on Thursday night in our final GT3 race. If any of those guys are running in the GT3s and get themselves across the line the furthest way up the chain and with the lowest incident points, they could find themselves in with a double draw. And
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
nice. And
And,
once
so,
again,
yeah,
they could be a likely winner of, what was that prize?
That would be the Super Mini Booster G4 Plus.
Cool.
So that's for jump starting your car, basically. So yeah, pretty cool little Super Mini Booster G4 Plus. So delivers instant cold crank power when you need it. Has a fast rechargeable long life battery. Is easy to handle, lightweight, and extremely compact. Is easy to store in your car, camper van, boat, or jet ski.
Very cool. So portable unit, only weighs just over 4 kg, so you can take it with you pretty much anywhere. And yeah, just in case, as now we roll out of summer and in towards autumn and winter, you find the battery starting to get a little bit low. Hopefully one of those guys will be able to find themselves in a position where they're not stuck on the side of the road at the end of the day waiting to go home from work.
Yeah.
I just see Dan there also, who's got himself in for the prize draw tonight. Just put a wee message at the bottom of his team name there, saying, "I'm back at it, Doug. Napa, sponsor me?" ? So you never know. Put the colours on your car and see what happens, Dan. You never know what kind of freebies you might end up with.
Yeah, just send it.
That's it. So yeah, so tonight's winners of some wee little giveaways for those endless summer smellies for the car. Again, that was JDC, Scott Pickering, Matt Nash, and also Dirt Dart NZ. So those guys there, just make sure you reach out to us on the SuperCars NZ page, Messenger, flick us through, let us know who you are, what it is that you won. We can verify some stuff in the background if we need to, but congratulations to you guys on those. We'll get those out to you shortly. It's been a pleasure, Corey.
As always, Doug, thank you very much for having me along for this season, and yeah, look forward to what's happening next season.
Yeah, so as with rounding out this season, we've got some prize money and some further prizes to give away for our top 3 drivers in the championship. So stay tuned on our page, and probably we might do a prize post like we did last year. Go and do it all in one hit, a bit of an evening, about 20 minutes of letting people know who's won what and what they've won, prize giving evening. So keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, next season it's going to be pretty epic. The V8s going to be running their normal series off the calendar, then also doing some endurance racing. Out of those, there'll be 3 endurance races, which will be counted towards as a separate championship prize. Wednesday's going to have a wee bit of a change up next season, so still going to be doing the 2 for 1, but I believe we may be dropping the Pro Truck in favour of a open wheeler type car. Not too sure which one that may be yet. So Legends with an open wheeler. My vote's still with the Pro Mazda. I reckon the Legends on short tracks and the Pro Mazdas on short tracks are 2 awesome cars that you could be running on a Wednesday night. But we'll see what happens with that one. Thursdays gets the big upgrade, the big electrical shock. GT3s will be joined by their some hypercar performance vehicles, the GTPs. 4 new vehicles coming to the season. Updated mod from iRacing will let some rain fall on the tracks, and we've got a new racing format for those coming out, which is called the 4-4-4, and so that just means there's going to be 4 different race types that those drivers are going to be doing throughout the series. More information for the drivers coming out in the new series, in the new season, sorry. Sunday Send It will be coming back. There'll be some votes coming out shortly on some tracks. We're going to keep the same cars that were voted for, and it's up to you guys at home that do the racing to let us know which tracks you want paired with which cars. Come along and have a hoon on Sunday evening and do that. So yeah, so Corey, quite a lot of stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Next week will be our mad week 13. So we get to cut loose and do some weird and crazy stuff. Take some cars to some tracks that they don't usually go to and put damage off and run some demo derby styled racing and things. So we've got quite a lot happening.
Yeah, no, there is. And Mad Week's always a bit of fun, just a bit of time to relax and get everything ironed out for the new season. So just before we do go, Dougie, so Rehan taking out the season for the V8s with 694 points, 8 wins. Bruce Tanek, 640 points, and had 1 win. Stefan McCardane, his average start was 7th and average finish was 5th with 576 points. So he wraps up the top 3. So Roger Leon, Stacey Boyd, Sean McNamara, Dane Northriff, Scott McKenzie, and Eamon Young. So Eamon Young made it into the top 10 throughout that race. Nice. So well done, mate. So that finish was good for you.
Very good. Well, there you go.
That rounds out your top 10 for the season for the V8s anyway. And on behalf of myself, I'll look forward to seeing everybody on Tuesday next season.
Yeah, and we will do it all again and bring you again some awesome racing, hopefully some awesome streaming. If you've got some input on what you want to see or what you want to hear from us, give us a shout out, let us know. We'll try and incorporate it into the streams. Excuse me, always more than welcome to jump into the live chat, let us know who you're who you're in behind, who you're supporting, and we'll do our best to make sure that we get them up onto the screen a wee bit more, so you're watching the people that you're wanting to watch there at home. It's not always about the man sitting in P1, but got to credit where credit is due. So let's round it all up. Corey, thank you very much. Allports, Motorsport, looking after the V8 Supercars once again. Massive thanks to you. Please go and check out their webpage, Allports NZ. They've got a whole array of motorsport equipment and sim gear alike. Also some very cool apparel that you can go and throw onto yourself. Thank you to Napa for the sponsorship for Behind the Broadcasting Lounge, making things possible for us, bringing it out to you at home. Big thanks to the drivers who have turned up week after week to run the championships. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, stick with us, and there'll be some more live racing coming to you very soon. This was Doug.
That's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
I love how you just had to sneak that one in.
Had to. I hope it got in there.
You did. It is. It's still very much live.
Love you, Mum.
Good night.